Hello and welcome to the last theme of Candle Brown, and how poetic it is as I sit here, the end of a year 2024. It looks beautiful to talk about what we call the bucket list. What is a bucket list? It's a list of to-do things that a person wants to do before he kicks the bucket. Kicks the bucket is another metaphor which means to die. So something you wish to do, you want to climb the Everest, you want to, do solo hiking, you want to perhaps buy your dream home or sail around in a cruise. Anything that you wish to do is a part of a bucket list. So this is what I call a community service chapter. We are looking at sustainable goals number 6 and 13. We'll talk about a lot of bucket and there has to be water into it. So 6 is clean water and sanitation and 13 is climate action. But just to understand what a bucket list is, say it's an achievement you wish to do. Something, you wish to win an award. You want to run a triathlon. You want to be in shape perhaps. You want to start your own garment factory. Most of the bucket list revolve around travel, but also it revolves around things you wish to accomplish. These are dreams, these are achievements, these are wishes. So before even we start, yeah, you know what our exercise is. I had a teacher who bought the actual bucket in the classroom. The entire class was laughing around. There perhaps had one or two exercises around the bucket. But my 13.1 is making the list. Well, it's easy, right? Start writing things you wish to do. Bungee jumping, skydiving, traveling to Italy, learning French or Mandarin. It may sound simple, but that's exactly what we're saying. The difference between a wish and a goal is writing it. Exactly. Brian Tracy says it is only a wish if you think of something but haven't written down. What better way than writing a bucket list? It's difficult sometimes for people to think of what could their bucket list be, but perhaps we'll make it easy for you. So create a bucket list with first your personal goals. What are the places? What is the one place you wish to travel? Well, do you wish to buy a house in which place? That's a personal goal. Do you wish to be in a particular shape? Maybe run a marathon, swim, learn tennis. These are personal bucket lists. Then we can have a professional bucket list. What is it that you wish to achieve? You wish to get into NEET and top medical college, or you want to do an MBA perhaps. You can own a car, which is personal, of course, but you could also own some shares in a big company. You want to open a company of your own. Bucket list is wonderful. Why don't you Google some common bucket list and you'll find lots and lots of amazing answers. So, as a class, hopefully you will think of a bucket list, at least three that you wish to do, and write it down and put it in a box or a bowl or preferably a bucket and see these dreams realized in 2, 5, 10 years from now. We also have something more deeper, speculating that there are people we thought about, what could their bucket list be? Say a terminally ill person, someone who knows that she will not survive the next 6 months. What could be their bucket list? Most likely it would be hug their loved ones one more time. Maybe it could be going to a pilgrimage. Maybe it would be just to, feel the fresh air and jog in the morning. Small pleasures. Health is a part of thing we neglect so often. Someone who lost his job, what could their bucket list be? Of course, the only security they're looking for is someone like professional and financial security. It is something they wish to look for, a dream job. Maybe you have always applied in Google. A lot of us don't. There is a friend of mine who loved cars. And it's a real story of his bucket list. He said, my bucket list is to work with BMW. And I'm not making it up. I know his daughter, a good friend of mine. Today, he works in a beautiful company. It's a German BMW company that makes maps. He was invited to this company where Audi was launched, BMW, sorry, another car was launched. I'm not going to give cars, but imagine what he wrote as a bucket list 10, 12 years down the line. That was a fulfilled dream. So it could be yours as well. A scuba diver's bucket list could be seeing the beautiful baleen whale, or it could be seeing the great turtle migration in the Korean Great Barrier Reef. So many things. Or it could be a 5-year child's bucket list. There are many, many options we have. What's yours? Think of it, and this are proper bucket list that you think. So from one bucket list, we move on to 13, which is all about water. Well, you see, the last chapters of every candle book is supposed to be a community project. Maybe you could do something to help your neighborhood, your school, something that is worthwhile in the society. Today, we talk about water crisis. It's one of the major issues that we think in the world today. Look at, if you open up tap and you have a running water, you are a privileged lot. You are among the people who have access to minimum, one of the least resource that actually are not available to 75% of water to the people. This charity water. This is Scott Hammerson, one of the top heroes who started this company on a small trip to Africa where he realized basic water was not available. In this community project, look at the logo. I would like you to recreate the logo. It is so simple. Can you see the small jerrycan out there? It is a sign that people there just carry this to fetch water. Women in South Africa are taking this jerrycan, this jar, this kind of plastic container, and they are navigating miles, sometimes with kids on their head, just to fetch a pail of water. That's what we read in Jack and Jill, right? They are surrounded by hyenas, lions. Sometimes they walk barefoot, and most of them have diseases that are curable, but because of the water, they cannot access it. So we like you to look into this and say, okay, what can I do? If you had to remake the name and the logo for Charity Water, what would be? Go online, and this is a project you need to do. Make a vision board for Charity Water. Make a bucket list, that's better, and enact the ad campaign and raise awareness. I would like you to actually do this. This is one of the top ads that Charity Water did. Said, would you feed this to your child? And this is exactly the kind of water, muddy, dirty, bacteria and lice infested water that children drink, where 4,100 child die each day from waterborne diseases. Can you help? Scott Hammerson, that's what he did. He told everybody on his 33rd birthday, do not give me any gifts, give me $33 for this cause. And that is one of the most amazing thing he did. He's raised a lot of money. Perhaps you could do that. Now you know the skill tag is decision making, and I would like you to take a decision. The last activity of 13.3 is a water challenge, obviously bucket water, but we are doing a simple ones. How many times you use water and for what? So you need to write down. So washing your face and hands, okay, the number of times, the amount of water used, we put in gallons there. You can convert it into liters per se and find out what is required for each of the activity. Times do you shower? Assuming you at least shower or take bath once a day. But there are two kind of shower heads. There is a standard shower head or using a bucket. Perhaps so important, you using 25 gallons. 1 gallon is equal to 3.5 liters of water. So you can multiply that. I usually find it very interesting when I say, how much do you think you use water to take bath? How many liters? And people say 1, 2, 5. You see this bucket out there? At least you use one bucket of this, and this one bucket is minimum 25 to 30 liters of water. So you are at least using 25 liters of water to take bath. Now I don't ask you to not take bath, but I would really want you to look at how you're doing. The water running teeth, brushing teeth, one of the worst crime you can do is when water is running. But it's two gallons, which is almost 7 liters. You must turn the tap off, which is 0.25. Flushing the toilet, how often you do it? In Japan, they reuse the water you used to, rinse your mouth to flush the toilet. How beautiful it is. Shaving, drinking a lot of water. You must drink a lot of water, but minimum you should drink at least 2 gallons of water, which is close to 7 liters per day. It is healthy. Think of the general rule: 8 liters of water and 8 hours of sleep. All of these you mix and match. You look at your household, you convert it into family members and try doing it. That's the amount of gallon of water you use. Now, it's very interesting. An average African family uses 5 gallons of water every day. Family uses 5 gallons of water. Family. Individually, you might be using 50 or more, but that's the kind of, work that we are doing. Unfortunately, if you had access to only 5 gallons of water, how would your life be? Let's change the way we look at the world. Let's appreciate the fact that water is an important part of us. Let's understand what actually bucket list is. And hopefully you will have a bucket list where you're telling the world to save water. Goal number 6, clean water and sanitation is valuable. Good luck. Goodbye. This is the end of Candle Brown. All the best.